Why should other states be bailing out California for choosing the wrong people to run their state?
We shouldn't be. They got 40 million people in that state, and they're voting these imbeciles in office, and they continue to do it. And it's just a very small part of them in that state that's doing it. If you go to California, you run into a lot of Republicans, a lot of good people, and I hate it for them. But they are just overwhelmed by these inner city woke policies with the people that vote for them.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now. Let's talk a little bit about part-time Daily Show host Jon Stewart, a comedian, really taking it to Alabama United States Senator Tommy Tuberville for his comments about whether or not we should give California a blank check without asking them to maybe readdress their policies that made this wildfire a lot worse. And I want you to take note of the words I said. Made this wildfire a lot worse.
The problem now is Republicans appear to want to attach their "I told you so's" as a condition of funding California's disaster relief.
I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved.
I think there should probably be conditions on that, Dave. That's my personal view.
Before we put funds into place, we've got to find out exactly how we're going to hold these leaders accountable and what sort of policy changes are required.
There can't be a blank check on this.
They don't deserve anything, to be honest with you, unless they show us they're going to make some changes.
What the is wrong with you? Really, Senator? From Alabama? The state near the bottom in math, reading, and test scores. Next time you get hit by a hurricane, why don't we have a little parent-teacher conference to see that if you got your scores up, you would get the money? Or actually, let's not do it, because you'll get the money anyway, because we're not psychos. That is psychotic.
Now, a lot of people like to pretend that Jon Stewart is like this king of comedy. Nothing he said there was funny. He doesn't understand nuance because he's just a comedian and he'll do a silly voice, so you're not supposed to take him seriously unless you agree with him. Then you're supposed to take him seriously, and he's the greatest guy that's ever lived. But what he's saying here is kind of silly. His implication is that we're asking the state of California to change their entire policy on every issue, going down to schools, and whether or not they're going to do what we want in regards to whatever social issue of the day is hot. No. The state of Alabama doesn't do that. California in the past has said that they're not going to send people to Alabama for state business because they didn't like the bathroom laws of the state or other nonsense like that. What Tuberville's talking about is the issue of wildfire management, a problem they know they have and they drop the ball on. And there are various different reasons here. We can talk about the water management side of this. You have a reservoir that is completely drained. You have dams that have been taken down because they're dealing with, I think, smelt fish in Native American land. You also have stuff like DEI on steroids at this fire department where you have videos coming out where people are saying that, hey, I may be a woman, lesbian firefighter, and that's really the most important thing. It doesn't matter that I can't get your husband out of here. He put himself in that fire, and that's his problem. You also have issues of COVID vaccines weakening your firefighting force. You have issues of budget cuts and discussions about where that money's actually going. All of those are legitimate concerns. Tuberville is right here. California should look at what they did and how they got here and change their philosophy before we give them a bunch of money to continue doing the exact same thing.